The launch of an online outlet for Barbadian fashion designers seems to have hit some snags, as almost a week after the official ribbon cutting, the online storefront remains offline. Local press outlet Barbados Today reported earlier this week on the multi-agency collaboration between the National Cultural Foundation, Caribbean Export Development Agency, the European Development Fund, and the Caribbean Market Center. Shop-edge.co is supposed to be a place where Barbadian designers can showcase their wares and sell directly to customers. Bajan fashion is in the spotlight right now after a photo of pop superstar Rihanna wearing a custom crochet dress made by a fellow Barbadian was featured in Vogue magazine earlier in the month. Speaking at last Friday's launch, Carol Roberts-Reefer, CEO of the NCF, called the Shop Edge project, quote, an amazing achievement. But fashionistas who flocked to the website this week hoping to snag some homegrown designer trends were left perplexed by the GoDaddy placeholder page that greets you when you type in the shop-edge.co URL. Some thought that the initial article contained a typo and therefore re-entered the URL, adding an M at the end. shopedge.com. Now, please do not visit that URL if there are children in the room or if you are in the workplace, because what is on that site is not the best Barbados has to offer in terms of fashion, but rather a less than creative display of things not to be viewed at the office. This morning, 4 days after the launch of the shop-edge.co website, the VIC News Desk called the National Cultural Foundation to get a comment on the matter. We asked Senior Business Development Officer Andre Hoyt if he was aware that the website was not in fact live, and he described the issue as, quote, a current challenge that was being resolved. Hoyt also noted that the NCF previously thought that the matter was rectified and that it was, quote, an issue that IT was checking out. Shop-edge.co is, according to Hoyt, the correct URL that visitors should be keying into their search bars. The fact that this URL is only one letter away from content requiring age verification and a credit card for premium membership remained unaddressed in his response. Instead, Hoyt said that he was unsure why people were being, quote, pointed back to a .com, and that is where the error is. An IT specialist with over 20 years experience who was consulted by VIC about Hoyt's claim of an unforced IT error assures us that as far as he could see, there was no error in the URL and visitors were being directed correctly. He went on to say that it would be technically impossible for visitors to shop-edge.co to accidentally be directed anywhere other than intended in the manner suggested. The IT specialist called the choice of domain name simply a bad domain and suggested that more research should have been done prior to the project launch. The shop-edge.co project has been 2 years in the making. We are reaching out to Alison Francis of Carib Export, one of the entities which funded the project, for comment.